United States Division South, moving 1 million tons of equipment out of Iraq, breaking ground for a new air defense tool, and the Army Chief of Staff on keeping troops mentally fit in the face of more deployments. Those stories coming up, but first, as the skill of Iraqi Army troops grows, they're leading more security operations and getting results. With support from U.S. troops, the IA turned up several weapons near Al-Qurna during Operation Storming Bandit 4. The Iraqi Army took to the skies for Operation Storming Bandit 4 with a little help from U.S. troops. The IA led from the ground while 17 Fires Brigade pilots circled above. 4 teams flew to separate areas near Al-Qurna. The soldiers looked for illegal weapons and collected information from locals about enemy militias. Dropping in by air was a key factor in the mission.
For an event like this, we're trying to catch the enemy off guard, so air was the perfect platform to provide the element of surprise.
More than 250 IA commandos from the 52nd Brigade searched homes and other areas of interest. The teams hit more than 100 houses during the 3-hour operation. Weapons have turned up in this area before. The searches have improved safety and built trust among locals.
We encourage them for their searching, and we will keep cooperating with them.
The IA confiscated several weapons, including 10 AK-47s, 25 mortar rounds, and 12 rocket-propelled grenades. Their commander says their partnership with U.S. troops is paying off despite some challenges.
What the Americans are doing for our forces is amazing. We are receiving a high-quality trainings. Ground support is excellent, but we are missing the air support.
The mission is the 4th partnership between the IA and Military Transition Team 5214 on an air assault. Iraqi troops are leading a growing number of security operations with limited assistance from U.S. troops. As the drawdown continues, the IA continues to move forward.
They have shown tremendous progress since the last time I was here. They are a fully competent force.
Iraq's Air Force is working toward being just as effective in the sky. Military officials broke ground at the site of a new long-range radar system on COB Adder. It will close gaps in current short-range radar with 2 systems at Camp Taji and Ali Air Base. The $55 million project has been in the works for 2 years and is scheduled for completion late next year. By the end of this summer, the number of U.S. forces in Iraq will shrink to 50,000, but the mass exodus of equipment started last year. Specialist Daniel Sullivan caught up with a company organizing the exit.
More than 1 million tons of equipment is leaving Iraq through Operation Clean Sweep. Before it hits Kuwait, all of it funnels through the 48th Quartermaster Company first. The unit averages 8 convoys a day, taking about 2 hours to unpack.
We're pretty good at downloading convoys. I think we're pretty proficient with the stare down in Iraq. I think my guys, we're ready for this mission.
The yard stays open 24 hours a day to accommodate the $1.25 billion in equipment rolling out. About half the gear is headed to Afghanistan, with the rest going back to America. That includes 43,000 vehicles, over 6,000 helicopters, and around 120,000 containers. It's the military's biggest logistics move since World War II.
We're looking forward to handling the big push down within the next month or so. I think it's going to be a pretty big thing. We're motivated and we're ready for it.
Operation Clean Sweep is more than 35% complete. Army officials expect the move to be finished by the end of the summer. From Camp Adder, Iraq, I'm Specialist Daniel Sullivan.
Army Chief of Staff General George Casey says the Army's comprehensive fitness program is getting good feedback and helping troops better cope with more deployments. The program uses online self-evaluation to assess physical, emotional, social, spiritual, and family strengths. Training is tailored toward areas needing improvement. Casey says it's a tool to give troops a better idea of their own mental fitness.
You ask how does it help soldiers deal with the stress of these repeated deployments. It's intended to give all of the soldiers the skills they need to be better soldiers and to be more resilient and to deal with challenges.
More than 500,000 soldiers have already taken the assessment, which is required over the next 12 months and every 2 years after that. Fort Riley is among several stateside installations with high deployment rates that extend resiliency training to families. And that's this week's Danger Edition. For the 1st Infantry Division, I'm Specialist Jenna Lindauer.